3 minutes past 5.
Yep.
Good.
So the 5 million, what is this number, 148,000? Is that what we paid in principal? Or-
No, that's the paintings.
I know it's the painting, but what is it? It
That's
says
the,
principal, is that,
that's what
So
we
that's
pay
the
in
principal, that's what we
A
pay
year?
each year in principal.
okay, it just says
And then
principal,
it's-
148,000.
Right, it's the principal for the principal payment.
Which should
Then-
change every year, should vary, right? Should
The
go up as the loan is paid off? Does it?
It changes like usually every about 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, the
It'll
principal
change a
will stay,
little
the
bit.
interest will change more frequently. 'cause
The
it
interest
goes up.
changes every year, but the principal only makes a jump every 5 or 6 years. It may not make any jump at all, but
So this is
No,
what we've
because
been
those
paying.
are, I think
A lot
they're
of them
10
do.
or 15
What do we
years.
owe on
I
those?
believe they were 10.
You know we own the painting still?
No, I don't know that off the top, I have to get that out of Scott.
well, before we discuss those, why don't you get those figures and then get the one, what we owe on the Walnut Street tank and what the payment is, principal and the interest on it. So we can figure out if that rate is, for raising enough or too much on the
And the iron removal
284,000.
plant, right? Did you say iron removal plant?
The iron removal plant should be just about paid for, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's like in 4 years, that's gonna come up.
It'd be nice to see what we owe on everything at this point.
Guess we'll have visitors.
Oh.
We don't owe too much, do we, other than the
No,
paint?
that's it. These,
All right, did everybody have a chance to read the minutes for the last meeting? Anybody have any problems with the minutes?
No, just the correction that Carrie
All
made.
set.
Okay,
Make a motion to accept.
Seconded?
all in favor? Aye. Sign the warrants, we already signed those.
That's
Yep,
all we had?
okay. That's all for new business. Old business, aquifer protection bylaw. Carrie, did you get a letter off on the,
I have one drafted, but I haven't sent it out. I wanted need to review it to make sure
okay.
I'll get that off this week for sure.
Do you have it so we can review it now, or?
I don't have it right
No.
now. Probably
Uh,
gonna need some changes anyway from Wayne.
Okay, what are you gonna do, email it to us?
I can email it to you before I send it out. I'll email it tomorrow morning.
Okay. Rate sheets for the residents and businesses.
That was this thing. I just had, I wrote it
That's-
wrong. Yeah.
yeah, we were trying to figure out what that was, because it's been there, it's this that you just went over. We'll reword it to something.
Well, there was another thing we were asking for though, it's just a thing to be able to, more to explain to the residents and anybody asking about the way the rates go and where the revenue comes in and out.
Right.
Just like a one-page thing that it could hand to them if they come to the door, or we can have,
It's not, yeah, but that's part of what this whole,
oh no,
Thing
it
is-
is. So maybe once we get this one worked out.
Right.
We put one together that'll meet
Yeah.
with all the numbers.
we'll just change that to make it reflect that plus what
Yeah, and-
actually, because I keep looking at it like, what is it and who put it there?
Yeah, people have to understand when we bring tie-in fees in, it ends up as surplus because it wasn't counted in bringing it in.
Right.
So it's just extra money.
But looking at this doesn't help somebody who
Right.
doesn't know what we're doing. It needs to be
Exactly,
kind
right.
of almost like a cheat sheet that people can understand.
They need to be able to look at it and figure out where the money's being allocated to.
Yeah,
All right, so are you gonna have that for next meeting?
We're gonna give it a try.
If you want, I'll swing by and make sure you got
Yeah, I
Got all the
no, it's
numbers
just a
in
matter of
there
asking
I think we
Scott,
need.
and I think I might have the numbers, I just have to go back through the budget stuff for the year.
Because if,
If I started.
Yeah, because that would have been put in the annual budget anyway, right?
Yeah, or I would have had the numbers in front of me. It's just a matter of digging them out and finding them, not, if I run now, I'm just gonna make a mess of everything.
it's good to review though, right now, what we did for last year, as
Right.
we're, starting on into another year, to what the rates are. Job ad, future hire,
I haven't looked at it, but my biggest push right now is gonna be on a lead and copper sampling, because I wanna get that out of the way, because it requires interaction with the residents to do something that we don't, and we do pay them, so we give them an abatement of $25 off their bill, which motivated them to actually help us 3 years ago, so we're just gonna carry that forward
You-
this year.
you pay them what?
We abate them $25, nobody would help us. And all the other towns that do this are having the same problems.
They won't
Because-
let you in to take the
Right,
test. in.
because it requires the resident to do the sample, and the residents can't be bothered, or don't want to be bothered, and it's not just our town, it's all the towns, they're all having problems getting the residents to comply with. And it requires the residents to do it, it's not anything that I can't go out to some place and take that sample.
Right,
They
it
have
has to be
do
the
it.
first
We're
draw of the
actually
water.
testing our water against we're testing their household plumbing, basically.
Yeah, and it has to be the first draw of the morning, it can't,
Right.
after sitting for 8 hours, right?
So we'll do that, and I've got I already did the schools tested fine, they all passed. So that gets that out of the way, then there's the 2
Really?
daycare centers I've gotta do, and then the 30 residents that will.
You did that during the summer?
Yeah, is it Chili? I always mess her up with the other one, but she said that I could start right after July, so before the school let out, we tested.
Oh, okay.
And I'm within the time frame.
It's usually, that's tough in the summertime, you can't get a 8-hour sample.
But you
Days
got
old.
it, so you got it the overnight, but when they were still using water during
Right,
the day.
because other than that, if we do it during the summer, everything's
It's-
stagnant,
yeah.
we've had
Yeah.
issues before, so.
You always have issues trying to get it
So
summer.
we got it just in the nick of time, because they didn't have too many snow days, so they were actually out early.
Have you, on the replacement well, heard anything?
I saw him the other day, so he's still trying to push Mr. Meyer for a quote. He said he'd push him harder again, trying to get him here.
Oh, is he working with the DEP? Has he met with anybody there?
Oh, so
to-
I was mentioning replacement well. On the new water source, no, I've got to ask him again. I just saw him too, I forgot to ask. Looks like suddenly he's getting busy
And
and.
it seems like if we don't push,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
get dropped to the
dropped
back
off,
burner.
especially when you don't have outstanding
Yeah,
invoices.
I'll chase him again and I'll ask again. I'll ask about both of them. I did discuss the water permit with them and they require, we'll have a hard time making the mitigation, but I think when they bought up the Anderson farm, that might cover us for a lot of our mitigation on the permit. We'll probably accept the water levels that they said. We can stay within that constraint, I just have to watch the daily withdrawals on the station, so we.
What does the Anderson farm have to do with?
Because you have to mitigate, so if they give us a permit for X amount of water, they're asking, they have there's a whole thing of points and to justify that we have to mitigate what we take out. I don't know, give back.
Well, they can't develop it, so that's,
Right.
right?
So that
That's
helps
a
with
certain
it, yeah,
amount
it
of
had
land
to have
area.
happened in like the last 5 years, I forget, or whatever. I'm not
It's
sure,
just
but the
under-
Anderson farm.
But isn't that gonna work
fire-
against us?
No, that's part of the mitigation, that it works into a big block, they have this whole thing of what you're supposed to do to be able to have the ability to withdraw water. We can't just say we need this amount anymore and that's that. Now they wanna see you're doing things, like giving away free, or giving grants for low flow toilets, low flow sinks, things that cost money, which we don't have extra cash to do that, so We have to make it up in other directions.
So preserving open space is another way to get credit.
Yes, yep. So that's probably gonna help us. We should be okay there. There were a whole pile of other things. I'm still working on that list too. They're just making it harder and harder to withdraw water. They don't want you to have it.
Well, I know they're trying to stop growth, and one of the ways to stop growth is you don't have enough water. So, you know, the state is trying to stop land development.
Right. Well, you're not gonna be able to do that because the town's gotta let it get built on, and then you're just gonna bump up against your permits. Which they've cut, every permit that they've issued, they've cut.
You know, that's what they were saying was gonna happen this year. Nobody's getting increases. They're
Right.
not even holding on to what they already had.
Right, they're taking away.
Yeah, but they shouldn't take away the amount that they're gonna take away from us. That's ridiculous.
Right, I mean,
That's,
we can fight, but it's gonna cost us to fight them, and we might lose in the end because we're paying their taxes to fight us, so. It's a lose-lose situation.
well, we'll fight them anyways. You go in there and fight for it. I used to.
I can, but then it triggers more mitigation that we don't have, so then they're gonna want us to come up with things. I can fight them, right now I'm saying not, but if you want me to fight it, I'll fight it, and I'll tell them that we're not gonna agree to it. But we
Yeah.
can stay within what they have right now.
I mean, I never agreed to it. I always got us bumped up. I always got it.
Right now,
I gotta go fight for it.
in the yearly average, we won't exceed it. It's just I have to watch that we've exceeded the daily pumping limit on stations twice in the past 2 years.
Yeah, but then
We've had
then
stations
you're
down
into,
the past-
And even if I increase the amount that they allow us to withdraw, that would not affect the 2 times that we went over on the daily pumping rate of a station, because it has a fixed number. So that's not, when we went over, it wasn't because we withdrew too much water in total, that's averaged out over the year. It was because we went up over on a station that's limited on its daily output.
right.
And you're not gonna get that increased anyway.
No, they're not gonna, that's
yield
part of the
a lot.
withdrawal permit for that well. So that's not even affected in the permit.
You should be able to set up the SCADA system so that that well would shut down after it's pumped that much water. That could be written right in that program, so as soon as it pumps that much water, it shuts down, and then it would switch over to another well.
Yeah, in a
Save
perfect
that.
system, there's only like 3 guys out there that do SCADA programming. And when I ask about the individual ones, each one has its drawbacks. Like Mike is really good, he's really smart, he helps us, we save a lot of money because he works with us, but we have a system that's, well, works as it works. But it wouldn't be any different if I went to somebody else, it's the same thing. I don't know why more people don't get into that field, it's like underdeveloped. And it's not that hard, that's one of the classes I'm gonna take in the fall. I'm gonna take the PLC class and then I'll look into the SCADA, because we pay for upgrades on our SCADA with the software.
Tom, you have anything else?
Are we having trouble with the phone?
The phone was dead, yeah, I saw the phone was dead for about a half hour.
I
'Cause-
called this morning and Ed Sarro, and he put a call into Hub Tech, and I hadn't heard anything by 1 o'clock, so I emailed him again. He said, well, I'm surprised you haven't heard, so he called him again.
Okay.
I mean, it's being worked on, is it resolved? I don't know. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
heard
They
from
This
anybody.
morning,
They replaced some firewall somewhere, and it affected certain systems. This is just a guess, because I know he asked about the server, they couldn't see our server this morning.
because this morning, nobody answered the phone, and it comes up, you can't leave a message.
Yep.
Then I called, because I thought I was gonna be late, and same thing.
There was issues over the weekend, somebody
So you
actually,
can't even answer the phone then?
no, and I have the work phone, so that like on the weekends or at night, if there is a phone call, it goes to the cell phone. And I didn't get anything, but on Saturday, on the West Bridgewater hubs, somebody was having issues with water pressure, so I just responded to, message me so I could get their number, and I
On
got
the
somebody
hub?
out there.
Yeah.
I got somebody out there, and then today, I had someone call me this morning, because I was out this morning, and they called personal cell phone, because it's on the website, so that
Now, if you were out this morning, is Trish here when you're out?
she usually is, she wasn't today,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But he's here if I'm not here or she's.
How long has the phone been messed up?
I don't know.
I know
I
it
just
went
got
out when I was
the
sitting here about 4 o'clock, I saw it die, because I saw the screen, and it died probably for about 20 minutes. I don't
So
know.
all day long, somebody called, nobody could even answer the phone if
Well,
somebody
it
was
depends, because it went up and down, I didn't even, it doesn't tell you, there's no chirp, there's no nothing, you don't know it went down unless you look at the screen.
So all day, nobody could answer the phone, is that right?
No, the people could
Oh,
answer
good.
the phone.
Oh.
We just weren't getting anything. I couldn't even call out on, there's something wrong with it.
Oh, okay.
It's just not resolved, I haven't heard, or if it is, I haven't heard.
And it all goes through Ed Sarah on Hubtech.
It goes to Ed Sarah and then he puts in a ticket to
Yeah,
Tech.
and
And I
that
hadn't
could
heard back, I waited 2
Right.
hours, I hadn't heard back, so I emailed Ed again.
Did it affect the town hall too, or just us?
I don't know, the thing I don't know, because I did get in touch, like I said, I saw something online on Saturday, and then someone actually called my phone this morning, and I got somebody out there, so, I don't know, there is a way to get in touch with me, but the phone didn't ring all day, so.
I didn't hear that much.
I don't think it will, it goes right to that recording, I think it says.
But you can't even leave a
It
message,
says it's
right?
something, you can't leave a message, yeah.
Yeah,
This phone line won't take messages or something.
and there is a voicemail set up for the phone, but it's not working.
It's not working right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought there was a voicemail, yeah.
There is, and it hasn't been working all weekend, but I wouldn't know unless somebody called and said
Tells you,
something,
right,
yeah.
right. That's all I got.
Alright. Nothing?
Nothing.
Wayne, you got anything
Next
else?
meeting.
No, both of our dump trucks are up for repairs for safety-related issues. The big dump right now, the last price tag was $9,000.
What related issues?
So the big dump, I think they took out the kingpins, I forget what else, the seals were gone, something else, it wouldn't pass inspection. And the little dump got red sticked too, so that just went to Tom today. For tie rod ends and something else, and the four-wheel drive parts were all broken up.
Typical.
Well, you better start looking at one of your trucks to replace this year. Do one,
I'm gonna get a price on the
Lease
550,
purchase.
because if I just put that much money into the big dump, it's gonna run for a while.
okay, well,
So we'll go up
Pick
to
a
the
truck.
dump, it has a whole, the bed is
we'll do
pretty
a
much
lease purchase
at
for
life
4 years
on
or
the
something,
dump.
and then we'll buy another one or something else. We gotta start replacing them one at a time.
Yep,
Can't have everything break at once.
I'll get up to MHQ and get a price out of them.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Kerry, do you have anything?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
It sounds like it.
Next
All in
meeting,
favor? Aye.
next meeting is August 5th.